You know, in a world that is just buzzing with notifications and these infinite scrolls, it's so easy to feel connected. But are we really? Today, we're going to step beyond the glow of the screen and explore the story behind genuine human connection, and honestly, why it matters more than ever.
It is such a strange feeling, isn't it? You've got hundreds, maybe thousands of friends online, a constant stream of updates. But there's still this emptiness, this deep sense of being alone. If you've ever felt that, well, you're not just not alone, you're actually part of a huge modern phenomenon.
Just think for a second about the difference between a digital like and real-life laughter. A like, it's just fleeting data. It's a quick transactional little nod. But laughter? Oh, that's something else entirely. It's a shared experience. It's sound. It's energy. It's a real moment of connection that, let's be honest, no click can ever truly replicate.
So, to really get this digital disconnect on a deeper level, let's follow a personal story. It's a journey that I think is going to feel pretty familiar to a lot of us.
So meet Sophia. She was perfectly happy in her own little world of stories and digital adventures. You know, as an introvert, her comfort zone was this quiet space, just filled with imagination. But even in that cozy, comfortable space, she just felt like a key ingredient was missing from her life.
And this right here gets to the heart of it. Her online friendships were giving her what some researchers call social snacks. You know, these quick, light interactions. But they just couldn't satisfy that fundamental human need for a social meal, something more tangible, more present, and way more nourishing. She was longing for a totally different kind of depth. Okay, so recognizing that gap is the first step. But the next one, actually doing something about it, that's often the hardest part. So how did Sophia manage to bridge that chasm between her digital world and the real one? Well, her journey followed this really powerful three-step framework. It started with just being honest with herself, acknowledging the void without any judgment. Then, instead of forcing something, she found an opportunity that actually aligned with her passions. And finally, she had to overcome that initial resistance, that inertia, and just take the leap.
And her leap was this: a local book club. I mean, what a perfect fit, right? A place where she could meet people who shared her passion. Of course she was nervous. I mean, who wouldn't be? But underneath all that anxiety was this powerful little flicker of excitement for what might be possible.
So what happened when Sophia pushed through that fear and actually walked through the door? Let's look at the immediate, super powerful reward for her bravery.
This was the turning point, a sense of belonging. It's one of our core psychological needs, right up there with food and safety. And for Sophia, it arrived not through a screen, but in a room full of fellow readers. It was that missing piece she couldn't quite put her finger on. So what exactly is this feeling of belonging? It's not some vague idea. It's the actual sound of shared laughter. It's the spark of a lively conversation. It's the empathy you build by sharing personal stories. And it's the personal growth that comes from truly, really hearing new perspectives. And this whole experience led Sophia to a pretty profound realization. She finally understood that no amount of commenting or messaging or even video calling could ever truly replace the unique energy of being physically present with other people, sharing a space and a moment in time. But that initial feeling of belonging, it didn't just happen automatically and then last forever. It wasn't some one-time reward. She quickly learned that building on that first spark required practice and patience and skill. It's truly an art. So, what is a real connection? Well, it's not instant. It's a bond you have to cultivate over time. It requires you to show up, to be patient, to put in the work. It's kind of like tending a garden, you know? You really get out of it what you put into it. So through this whole process, Sophia realized she was developing this brand new toolkit of social skills. She wasn't just talking, she was learning how to communicate effectively to build bridges. She practiced active listening, not just waiting for her turn to speak, but listening to truly understand. And crucially, she learned to be open to different opinions, which just expanded her entire worldview.
So, what was the lasting impact of all this? What were the long-term rewards that came from her bravery and all that continued effort?
The transformation was just profound. Her life went from a state of quiet isolation to one of genuine community. From a feeling of being kinda stuck to one of continuous personal growth. The change wasn't just on the outside. It was a fundamental shift in her internal world. And those rewards, they branched out in every direction.
It wasn't just about making a few friends. It led to these lasting, supportive friendships, a way deeper connection to her local community, a much richer understanding of herself, and ultimately, just a greater, more durable sense of happiness.
In the end, Sophia's conclusion was simple but so powerful. That one brave decision to walk into a book club meeting created this amazing, positive ripple effect through her entire life. It's such a clear reminder that our greatest rewards are so often waiting just on the other side of our fears.
And so I'll leave you with this question. Thinking about Sophia's journey, what's one small step, one book club, one volunteer shift, one local meetup that you could take to find your own sense of belonging beyond the screen? The rewards, as we've just seen, can be absolutely life-changing.